What does this satellite image remind you of? This demonic gaze is the nightmare called Yagi for the people of Hainan Island, China, and northern Vietnam in the early days of September 2024. Super Typhoon Yagi, one of the strongest typhoon ever recorded in the Western Pacific region, and the most powerful storm to hit China and northern Vietnam in 75 years, since 1949. With the combination of several factors occurring simultaneously, Typhoon Yagi quickly intensified into a super typhoon, with the strongest recorded winds reaching up to 150 miles per hour. It was immediately elevated to disaster level by the governments of the surrounding countries. The extremely strong winds pulled large clouds from other areas into the eye of the storm, creating an eerily calm scene before the storm made landfall. Although warnings were issued and preparations made in advance, in the face of nature's terrifying power, all preparation seemed futile. As soon as it made landfall on September 7, 2024, powerful winds at level 14 swept through everything in its path. And obviously, coastal cities are the first to suffer the effects of the storm. Ha Long Bay, Vietnam, one of the 7 natural wonders of the world, is the first city to suffer this wrath. We can absolutely feel the wind from this angle. The sand and water are blown up by the extremely strong wind like a mist on the sea surface. Before the storm made landfall, almost all boats had been notified and safely anchored. However, strong gusts of wind at level 14 caused some fishing boats and yachts anchored around the bay area to capsize and sink. The strong winds created pressure differentials that caused the tempered glass panels on the exterior of buildings to be constantly at risk of cracking at any moment. This brought a sense of anxiety and fear to anyone inside the apartments.
我靠，顶住啊，哥们！
When the pressure difference and vibrations become large enough, all you can do is find a safe shelter. And wait. Homeowners may be surprised by this gift from the storm. In the face of a sewer typhoon, localities with little experience in dealing with storms and floods will face more challenges. Structures built in conventional ways may not hold up. At that point, the things that usually protect us can become potential hazards.
高三12楼这个外体掉到我，妈，这难搞。
Mình thuê cái tủ lạnh ra cái chỗ này đi, tránh nó được tí nào hay tí đấy, nó đỡ gãy cái.
A large number of rooftops from homes and public buildings were blown away by the storm winds, scattered across Quang Nguyen, Vietnam, on September 7th. This is also the first time that northern Vietnam has had to directly deal with such a strong storm. Even many metal sheets were torn apart by the storm winds in an instant. Fallen trees and debris blown around are extremely dangerous for vehicles and people on the roads. The government has also issued a restriction on citizens going outside during the storm to minimize danger and casualties. It seems that more than just a hazard, trees also contribute to reducing storm damage. This tree did everything it could to protect the house and the people.
lấy mở không? Ê, ê.
With an old overhead electricity distribution system through electric poles, power outages during storms are certain to happen. Fallen trees and debris carried by the wind caused many power lines to break and led to short circuits in several areas that had not yet lost power.
你说这个车停在哪里都不安全，我操！直接把那辆车点着啦！车主害怕呀吗？
The power grid systems in many cities were severely damaged, resulting in widespread power outages for several hours and affecting the lives of millions of families. A large foam warehouse in Bac Giang province, Vietnam, had its roof blown off by the storm winds on September 7th.
Khủng khiếp rồi, trận bão. Còn xốp đóng vải như thế này bây giờ thì còn đóng cái gì?
How amusement parks carried out their duties during Super Typhoon Yagi.
Rơi rồi, rơi một cái vòng quay phải xuống rồi.
这没点东西，没点那刮的，我这亮，我这冷，我的黑。
After many hours of continuous ravaging, the only thing the storm left behind was a terrifyingly desolate scene. The The damage to both lives and property from the storm is difficult to quantify. By September 10th, Typhoon Yagi had caused over 500 casualties and severely damaged nearly all structures in Quang Ninh Province, Vietnam, and Hainan Island, China. The banana gardens in Hainan Island were completely destroyed. The wind power system at Magnolia Bay after Typhoon Yagi.
Đừng khuyên.
But is this the end of the nightmare? No, it has just begun.
Mai này. Mai này. Yo!
In areas with hilly terrain and many mountains, the storm is just the beginning. Continuous heavy rain over several days has caused major landslides and increased water levels in upstream river sections, putting low-lying areas on high flood alert.
Ui, xuống rồi, xuống rồi.
Chạy đi. Chạy người cho đi.
Ui, quả này xuống rồi, thôi.
On September 10th, 2024, many provinces in northern Vietnam were plunged into severe flooding just 2 days after the storm. Traffic paralysis left hundreds of thousands of households affected and in extremely difficult conditions. As of September 17th, Typhoon Yagi has caused more than $1.6 billion in economic damages to northern Vietnam. Approximately 257,000 houses and over 1,300 schools have been heavily damaged, along with significant destruction to infrastructure, crops, and livestock. Vietnam's GDP is estimated to decrease by 0.15% this year due to the impact of the storm. Faced with the power of nature, humanity is truly insignificant. We hope that the damages will be repaired soon. And what about you? Have you ever been in a similar situation, and do you have any solutions to minimize the destructive power of a storm? Please share your thoughts in the comments below. Goodbye, and see you in the next videos.